Morning and welcome to section 9 of the London Outer Orbital Path. Just walking into Bushy Park here, one of the royal parks associated with Hampton Court, and hopefully, if today goes well, we'll get to Hatton Cross. So it's going to be a glorious day. Come along with us. So here is the beginning of Bushy Park. 3 miles goes through Bushy Park. It's a deer park, so I hope to see some deer. And as I said, one of the royal parks set up by Henry VIII and associated with Hampton Court Palace, just the other side of the river from Kingston. And so now we leave the park through the Laurel Road gate after a glorious 3 miles or so and plunge back into the streets of Teddington. Brief respite from houses and roads as we cut across a little corner of Fulwell Park before there's a few more roads. Just walking past David Lloyd, and now we're going to go onto another busy road for a bit more road walking. Once again in the leafy suburbs, this time semis and West London suburbs. Not quite as far out as we were in the Surrey stockbroker belt with those massive detached houses. Walking into a bit of a green respite, Crane Park, which runs along the River Crane, which we'll be following for the next bit of the walk. So this structure is apparently called the Shop Tower. So we'll find out a bit more about it in just a second. So apparently this is all that remains of the old Hounslow gunpowder mills, that presumably stood on this site. We've seen gunpowder mills before along the Hogs Mill. I guess they surrounded London with the making of gunpowder. Didn't want it in London, a bit like chemical works and docks today. So now we leave the river through Crane Park, back towards the roads and a bit more road walking. But wasn't that lovely? Pub shut, but provisions got. On we go. And just by this playing field, we pick up the loop sign that's going to take us onto Hounslow Heath. And here we are, walking out over Hounslow Heath. We are on the flight path into Heathrow here. Normally I would suspect there'd be many more of those great big planes flying over, but with the pandemic, of course, flights significantly reduced, which is bad for the aviation industry and good for the peace of this walk. And here we are, back to the River Crane. We're now going to follow this for a little while longer to the end of the section, really, at Hatton Cross. And I think we'll take this as a stop for lunch. And off we go on the final section to Hatton Cross Tube Station. Leaving that busy road to get us across Barber Bridge, we walk back into Donkey Wood. Okay, still walking along the Crane with a big green fence to my left, inside of which there is a nature reserve that's actually part of Heathrow Airport. So we're just walking around the perimeter of Heathrow Airport at the moment, which is where this section of the loop will end and where the next section we'll begin. And as we come to the end of this section of the loop, it really does feel like we're walking down a little strip of greenness. I can see planes coming into land at Heathrow. I can hear them. I can hear the roar of traffic, the busy road ahead. Yet we're still in this little strip of peace. Fantastic. Dipping into that real world for a few seconds to get over the crane, and then back to the last few hundred yards of that little strip of riverside nature. Busy road, section 9 of the London Loop finishes. Next time we'll be going that way, but to go that way we've got to go half a mile down there, which is where Hatton Cross Station is, our final destination for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come along on the next one. Bye for now.